Lord, I thought it was one of the most hilarious videos. I know a lot of Republicans. I do. But some of these people really just utterly embarrass a lot of the Republicans who I actually know. If y'all want to see one of the dumbest people, this GOP rep LaMalfa, if y'all want to see somebody who is not the brightest bulb in a dark room, watch this one.
Know the percentage of atmospheric gases.
You don't know the percent of the atmosphere.
What I can tell you is that climate change is real. We got to do something about it.
Yeah, this one's called autumn, sir. So
I'm sorry?
This one's called autumn right now, so yeah.
I'm sorry, I couldn't make out what you said, sir.
This climate change right now is called autumn, yes.
Yeah, that's the seasons changing, which respectively is not the same thing as the climate changing. And as somebody who is hoping to retire in the 2050s and who has kids who will be old enough to ask me as they're getting to their 30s whether we did enough to deal with climate change or whether we just did what was convenient, I take that really seriously.
Reclaiming my time. Thank you, Mrs. Secretary. The trillions and trillions we're going to cost our kids to chase a tiny percentage of CO2 will bankrupt all of us, and bankrupt our economy, and ship it to China for all the other reasons. So I yield back, Mr.
The gentleman's time has expired. The chair now recognizes the gentleman from California, Mr. Huffman.
Mr. Secretary, it's good to see you. You can see that I serve here in Congress with some of the greatest minds of the 19th century. Thank you.
Oh my God, whenever they have these hearings, Rebecca, I just sort of sit here and go, my God, do Republican voters watch and go, we voted for some idiots?
It was so painful to watch that, especially because I spent the day with some of the most brilliant minds. Today was the first day of the Congressional Black Caucus Annual Legislative Conference. So I was able to hear from a lot of people who care about policy, who convene in Washington, D.C., who actually care about things, care about facts, and not just looking for the next soundbite. So it's very disappointing to see the people who were elected on Capitol Hill just sit and just have silly time. I mean, you know what? If the Republicans are so big and bad in policy, pass a budget. Avert the government shutdown that's going to happen next week because they can't muster up enough votes. Actually do something. If you're that great, instead of being snarky, talking about, oh, it's autumn now, when technically it's not autumn, so check your calendar, actually do something.
How dumb can you be to run and go, it's autumn? That's climate change. No, that season's changing.
You know what, though? I hate to say it, but things like that play really well to this base. We know it's ridiculous, and it was actually fascinating looking at Pete Buttigieg's, I hope I'm not butchering his name, his reaction, because that answer was so ridiculous that he's almost like he was stupefied by the fact that that even came out of his mouth. But having said that, we know it's ridiculous. You know, we know that it's completely ahistorical and ascientific. But his base is going to eat stuff up like that, stuff like that up, because, you know, when you get used to a clown, you expect a circus. And if somebody who's going to play to their base is going to give them snarky sound bites that they can run with, that's the danger in people like that, because people who support people like that are just going to run with those sound bites. And I guarantee you by the time Friday rolls around, it's going to be all over bumper stickers and T-shirts. That's what's dangerous.
You know, I was, see, Scott, I could not, I'm just letting y'all know, I could not be in Congress. I couldn't. I'm just letting y'all know. I'm just letting y'all know. Because I know I would be like, you got to be the dumbest mother. Look, the only reason I'm holding back cussing, because Renita Shannon, of course, former Georgia State rep, she's a panelist on the show, she sent me a text other day, and she said, my sister said to tell you that my 4-year-old niece loves watching your show because you get turned up. But you are teaching her cuss words she can't use in pre-K. So the only reason I ain't cussing right now, because the 4-year-old is watching me get turned up and learning on the show. But I'm telling you, Scott, I would be cussing colleagues out. I'd be like, you stupid, you dumb, you a simpleton. Yo, you just brain dead. I already know. We ain't working on nothing bipartisan because I would have cussed out the entire House Republican caucus.
Yeah, but Roland, let's level set it, right? You and I both know the dirty little secret of our democracy and the Constitution. There's several, but one is there's no litmus test for education or intellectual quotient. There's no litmus test for not being a racist or a sexist. All you have to do under our democracy, state or federal campaigns, is get one more vote than the next guy. You get one more vote, you're in. And in the House, you represent what? Your district can be as small as 2,000 or 3,000 to up to 50 to 100,000, maybe 250,000.
No, all congressional districts are 700,000.
Okay, so up to 700,000, right? Okay, now those people vote for people who remind them of themselves or who they like, they want to have a beer with, and they can be, not all, but can be just as dumb, just as ignorant, and just as crazy as the people they vote for, as their constituents. And it does play to their base, but you're expecting too much out of that equation that I just laid out.
No.
So I'm not surprised they're that ignorant.
No, but the reality is...
ignorant people represent these districts and stuff.
No, as Rebecca knows this.
What?
No, Rebecca knows. No. The real issue is not the people that voted for him. The greatest block of voters in the country are non-voters. And the reality is,
point. Fair enough.
That's the greatest block. And when we allow these idiots to go there, that's who ends up going. And I'm just saying, I just know me. If I was sitting on that panel, my 5 minutes would be used. I'd be like, Attorney General Garland, you could just chill for the next 5 minutes. Because what I'm about to do is cuss these ignorant fools out. I'm just letting you know what will be happening. They'd be banging the gavel. They'll be
That's
sitting.
what I was saying. They'll get mad at you more than anybody. They'll be start banging the gavel.
Hey, dog, they'd be strike from the record. And I'll be like, I'll be going Sam Jackson, Jennifer Lewis. It'd be Mo MFs flying around. I already know me. They'd be in a middle of a news conference. Yo, dumb ass. I'm telling you right, I know. I will be heckling them at their news conference because I cannot stand that level of stupidity. I can't.
Oh, boy.
So when y'all keep asking me, people keep asking me, texting me, people be on Instagram, Roland, we run for office. No, I can't run for office. I know me. I'm cussing. I don't like dumb people in organizations I'm in. I hate when stupid people talk. You be sitting there like, her dumb ass asked that question. His simple Simon ass asked that question.
You can't discriminate against people who are not as smart as you. That's the first thing.
Yes,
right?
I can. I can call dumb and stupid dumb.
But they don't have to. There's no intellectual quotient for running for office.
I know, you're right. That's my point. I have an aversion to dumb people. I mean, I'm just letting you know. Hey,
Lauren Boebert could come to you with some really good legislation on some issue, and you'd have to work with her.
No, I wouldn't.
You can see that if it was very.
No, I wouldn't.
And her constituents.
Hell no. Because she probably try to grow.
What good idea?
I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming from my sister. I knew it. Tell me what legislation he could bring her. She could bring me him.
Please tell me.
Right. Lauren Boebert.
I do it. I asked for it.
Lauren Boebert will be coming. She'll be coming as to support Hands Across America. That's what she'll be coming to do. That's it. All right.